Let's discuss the origin of onboard diagnostics. I'll be briefly touching upon how onboard diagnostics actually came into existence, what's the reason why it came into existence, and what are the main benefits of onboard diagnostics, which are more commonly called OBD. From now onwards, I'll be using this acronym OBD, and I want all of you to be comfortable with that. OBD means onboard diagnostics. Now, as I mentioned on the slide, OBDs actually originated in USA, and subsequently this OBD system was extensively used in Europe, Asia, and many other governments around the globe. Actually, all the governments which have levied or augmented vehicle emission control legislation in their respective countries have made it compulsory that a given vehicle should have onboard diagnostic systems on the vehicle. This includes a requirement that all the vehicles sold within their territories must support an onboard diagnostic system that can be operated to determine the serviceability of vehicles, emission control systems, subsystems, and components. Now, I will elaborate this sentence a little bit. What exactly is onboard diagnostic system? It is a proactive way. It is a proactive way to ensure or to determine what is the actual state of serviceability of a given subsystem or a component. I repeat the sentence, understand carefully. It's a very proactive way to ensure or to determine the state of serviceability or the correctness of the condition of the subsystem or the component in the vehicle. For example, I'll just give a crude example. Take the air filter. As the air filter is getting clogged, as the air filter is getting clogged, the mixture will become richer and richer, and emissions will proportionally increase. So you need a system which alerts the driver that fuel system, air filter is getting clogged. Okay, so this system which proactively both diagnoses and alerts the driver that something or some subsystem is deteriorating is called onboard diagnostics. Okay, so I just want you to have a look at this drawing, these two drawings. These are, I'm sure anybody who owns a car would have seen these symbols on the dashboard of their cars. Okay, I will discuss the meaning of the symbols more elaborately in the coming videos. But as I just keep it in mind, next time if you see these symbols, check engine or this symbol or this symbol, then please keep in mind that it is the onboard diagnostics which is in work. In the mid 1980s, the US Environmental Protection Agency (EPA) introduced a policy which made the use of onboard diagnostics compulsory for the vehicles in the United States. Okay, so it was legally mandated that all the vehicles must have an onboard diagnostics, and onboard diagnostic 2, which is a superior version, onboard diagnostic 2, which is a superior version of the onboard diagnostics, it came into existence in 1996. So why OBD? What is the actual purpose of OBD? Okay, the basic objectives are to improve emission compliance by alerting the driver immediately to a fault condition while driving. Okay, so understand this sentence very carefully. To alert the driver, suppose there is some system or subsystem which is deteriorating, which is leading to increment of the emissions beyond the emission norms, then must be the driver will be immediately alerted. To assist repair diagnostics technicians in identifying the system faults and faulty components in emission control system. Okay, so as technology is improving, more and more dependent technologies are emerging. So it is difficult to identify where exactly any faulty mechanism or any faulty working has happened, and to pinpoint, to zero in on the correct faulty system, this onboard diagnostic system very much helps. Onboard diagnostic monitoring applies to systems which are most likely to cause an increase in harmful exhaust emissions. Okay, so what are the main components or subsystems which can lead to increase in the harmful exhaust emissions? All main engine sensors, fuel system, ignition system, exhaust gas recirculation system, and actually there are plenty of after treatment systems. SCR is there, lean NOx trap is there, DPF is there. Okay, so just to give an example, the system uses information from sensors to judge the performance of emission controls, but these sensors do not directly measure the vehicle emissions. All right, benefits of having OBD. So what are the various advantages or plus points of having a onboard diagnostics on board? It encourages the vehicle and engine manufacturers to have a responsible attitude to reduce harmful emissions from their engines via development of reliable and durable emission control systems. Because, see, the point is, an engine manufacturer, vehicle manufacturer should not develop a vehicle which is meeting the emission norms in certifying agency. And once the engine is bulk produced or the vehicle is bulk produced, if the vehicle is not meeting the norms, then it is not of any use. But having OBD, it enhances the responsibility of the OEM to ensure the emissions are below the levels, below the legislative levels, even during the bulk production. It aids diagnosis and repair of complex electronic engine and vehicle control systems. Reduces global emissions by identifying, highlighting immediately to the driver or user emission control systems in the need of repair. This is something which I am re-emphasizing here. So as soon as some subsystem is deteriorating and emissions are on the way of going beyond the legislative limit, then it immediately highlights to the driver. It provides whole whole life emission control of the engine. So as long as the engine is in use or the vehicle is in use, the OBD will always aid in emission control. Okay, so what is OBD? Let's define OBD now. OBD is a capability which helps monitor the performance and issues in vehicles, engine, transmission, and other subsystems. Okay, so please understand this definition very carefully. Right, we'll go to the next subtopic.